As Aam Aadmi supporters sang and danced in joy, the man who led from the front stepped up to take his bow. And why wouldn't he? Because just a year ago, when Arvind Kejriwal resigned the chief ministership after a mere 49 days in power, no one could have predicted this sweep. The broom of Kejriwal has swept in 67 of the 70 seats in Delhi. Often lampooned, often derided, called a political juvenile, slapped, inked. Nothing stopped Kejriwal as he forced his way back to Delhi, proving his point, keeping his promise of making a comeback. This is the house where Arvind Kejriwal was born in a middle-class family in Bhiwani district of Haryana on 16th of August 1968. His father was an electrical engineer who graduated from the Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra, and whose work led to many changes in the family's residence. Kejriwal spent most of his childhood in North Indian towns such as Sonipat, Ghaziabad and Hisar. He was educated at campus school in Hisar and graduated in mechanical engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur in 1989. This is the colony where Kejriwal spent more than a decade of his crucial formative years preparing for his academics. Even today, people in and around his house in Sivani remember him as a dedicated, academically oriented child.
कभी कोई हमें पढ़ाई में कोई दिक्कत आती थी, कोई सम सॉल्व नहीं होता था तो उनसे भैया से हम हेल्प लेते थे।
एक तो ये बच्चा बहुत शुरू से गंभीर था और पढ़ाई में ज़्यादा ध्यान रहता था।
जिस तरह से वो सिंसियरिटी के साथ में, डेडिकेशन के साथ में कॉलेज में अपना पढ़ाई करते थे, उससे लगता था कि एक दिन ये विद्यार्थी जो है निश्चित रूप से अपना भी अपने परिवार का नाम रोशन करेगा।
He was one of the brightest students. Civics was one of his best and most favorite subject. I still remember he had so deep knowledge about this subject.
अरविंद शुरू से पढ़ने लिखने में तेज था। स्कूल में जाता था तो अच्छा पढ़ के आता था।
After Kejriwal completed his studies in mechanical engineering from IIT Kharagpur, Tata Steel hired him in 1989 to work as a mechanical engineer in Jamshedpur. Kejriwal resigned from Tata Steel in 1992 and decided to prepare for the IAS exams. In 1995, he cleared the civil service exams and joined public service. As an IRS officer, Kejriwal was troubled by the rampant corruption in the income tax department. In December 1999, while still in service with the income tax department, Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia and others founded a movement named Parivartan, a Delhi-based citizens' movement which addressed grievances related to public distribution system, public works, social welfare schemes, income tax and electricity. In February 2006, Arvind Kejriwal resigned from his job to work full-time at Parivartan. In July 2006, he spearheaded an awareness campaign for RTI across India. Later that same year, he was given the Ramon Magsaysay Award for Emergent Leadership for his involvement with Parivartan. The award recognized him as activating the RTI movement at the grassroots and empowering New Delhi's poor citizens to fight corruption. In the years that followed, he was to team up with anti-corruption crusader Anna Hazare. And the focus of that period of his public life was to be a single point demand, that of a Lokpal bill to be passed by Parliament. By 2011, Kejriwal had zoomed into public glare. He became the prickly thorn in the side of polity. By then, not just Delhi, but people all over India became familiar with the name Arvind Kejriwal, the consummate agitator, the relentless motivator who worked behind the scenes as Anna Hazare went on a much publicized fast to demand passage of the Jan Lokpal Bill. It was a revolt that shook the nation out of its deep slumber. It was a revolution that brought the rage of an indignant nation to the government's door. And it was this revolution from where Kejriwal, a maverick warrior against corruption, came into public glare. In mid-2011, 74-year-old Anna Hazare had begun a movement against widespread systemic corruption in the country. Anna demanded setting up of an independent Lokpal. Behind the 74-year-old Anna Hazare, who was the face of the campaign, stood people like Arvind Kejriwal, Kiran Bedi, Prashant Bhushan and Manish Sisodia. Together, they came to be known as Team Anna. Soon, the protests spread across the country. A series of demonstrations in different parts of India called for the establishment of strong legislation and enforcement against deep-rooted corruption. Amid continuing protests, the government constituted a committee to draft a Jan Lokpal Bill. Kejriwal was one of the civil society representative members of this committee. However, he soon alleged that IAC activists had an unequal position in the committee and government appointees kept ignoring their recommendations. The government argued that activists could not be allowed to blackmail the elected representatives through protests. The IAC activists intensified their protests and Anna Hazare organized a hunger strike.
प्रधानमंत्री बनना हमारा मकसद नहीं है, हमारा मकसद है देश से भ्रष्टाचार, गरीबी और जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है वो दूर होनी चाहिए.
However, as the movement began to lose steam over slow progressing talks with other political parties, Arvind Kejriwal decided to rejuvenate it by taking the political route. Towards the end of 2012, with apolitical means seemingly taking them nowhere, Kejriwal quit the fold to join political mainstream by forming the Aam Aadmi Party.
आज इस मंच से हम ऐलान करना चाहते हैं कि हाँ, हम अब चुनाव लड़के दिखाएंगे आप लोगों को.
The action of Kejriwal meant that he and Anna Hazare had to part ways.
केजरीवाल पर नो कमेंट, कोई बात नहीं करना.
The divorce between the two became final when in November 2012, Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party came into existence.
दूसरी पार्टियां नेताओं की पार्टी है, ये आम आदमी की पार्टी है. सबसे बड़ा तो ये फर्क है. हमारे पास बिल्कुल अनुभव नहीं है, हमारे पास भ्रष्टाचार का अनुभव नहीं है, हमारे पास अपराध का अनुभव नहीं है, देश को लूटने का अनुभव नहीं है और हम चाहते भी नहीं कि हमें ये अनुभव हो.
From the shrill, off-quoted rhetoric of accusing politicians of corruption, Arvind Kejriwal was now a political leader himself. In November 2012, Arvind Kejriwal had formally launched the Aam Aadmi Party and had been elected as the party's national convener. Soon after, followed a string of exposés which shook the political class. The activist turned politician attacked Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law, Robert Vadra, alleging massive inaccuracies in DLF Vadra land deals. He also targeted BJP's Nitin Gadkari and the Reliance Group, led by Mukesh Ambani.
सारी लिपापोती की जा रही है, गडकरी जी को भी बचाने की कोशिश की जा रही है। बीजेपी वाले वाड्रा जी के खिलाफ कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे और कांग्रेस वाले गडकरी जी के खिलाफ केवल बोलेंगे, दोनों बोलेंगे, लेकिन कोई एक्शन नहीं होने वाला है। टेलीकॉम मिनिस्टर अपॉइंट करना होता है तो टाटा और दूसरी टेलीकॉम कंपनी अपॉइंट करती हैं। पेट्रोलियम मिनिस्टर अपॉइंट करना होता है तो रिलायंस वाले अपॉइंट करते हैं। आप वोट चाहे बीजेपी को दे दो चाहे कांग्रेस को दे दो, देश तो रिलायंस वाले ही चलाते हैं, देश तो मुकेश अंबानी चलाते हैं।
Amid all the ripples created by these disclosures, the Aam Aadmi Party also organized street protests against the Sheila Dikshit government for allegedly siding with private power distribution companies and against Salman Khurshid, the law minister, for the alleged irregularities in his family-run NGO. Meanwhile, Aam Aadmi Party decided to contest the Delhi Legislative Assembly elections of 2013, with Kejriwal taking on incumbent Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit. From the first day itself, the assembly elections of 2013 in Delhi state was different, because it was no longer the usual two-cornered contest between the Congress and the BJP. It was now a three-way battle, with the AAP looking to gain the people's confidence. Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party gave Delhi a third option that the voter could bank on. It was in December 2013 that the sweeping broom of democracy made its presence felt in the Delhi Assembly elections, and Arvind Kejriwal proved his detractors wrong. Arvind Kejriwal became the giant killer. He defeated Sheila Dikshit, who had been Chief Minister of Delhi for 3 successive terms. Ironically, it was with outside support from the Congress that Kejriwal had to form his own government. He was sworn in as Chief Minister of Delhi on 28th of December 2013. Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, said he had reluctantly donned the hat of a politician. He was not a seasoned one, and that would become apparent. But Kejriwal was determined to change Indian politics. For 49 days, Delhi witnessed what the rule of Aam Aadmi meant, starting a public debate on what accommodation befits an Aam Aadmi Chief Minister, to no red beacon at assembly parkings. It was a novelty for the common people of Delhi to see their government tackle issues that had not much to do with governance. Kejriwal's form of governance seemed to be literally happening on the streets of the city. The Chief Minister of Delhi became the biggest agitator on the street, and his tug of war over authority with the central government brought Delhi to a standstill. In the newly formed assembly, the decibel kept rising. The BJP, as the opposition, labelled the Chief Minister an anarchist.
मुझे ये लगता है कि अगर दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को धरना और प्रदर्शन करने में बहुत आनंद की अनुभूति होती है, तो डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन कम से कम दिल्ली में 100 विषय उनको और बता सकते हैं जिस पे वो धरना, प्रदर्शन, ट्रैफिक जाम और ये सारी चीजें कर सकते हैं.
Kejriwal had become the second youngest Chief Minister of Delhi, and his unprecedented success in propelling the fledgling AAP to be a viable alternative in Delhi elections had bolstered his political ambitions. With 28 seats and support from his once arch-rival Congress, Kejriwal decided to table the Jan Lokpal bill in Delhi Assembly.
That's a risk they had to take because they knew that this was a marriage that was not destined to last forever. It wasn't made in heaven. So therefore they had to cut their losses. They realized they wanted to go out on a plank. They wanted to have this halo of martyrdom around their heads, and therefore they pushed the envelope.
But on Valentine's Day of 2014, Arvind Kejriwal's love affair with Delhi Chief Minister's chair ended, a mere 49 days after it all began. With strong and united opposition from both the BJP and the Congress, Kejriwal failed to table Jan Lokpal bill and in retaliation recommended dissolution of the assembly, an act that would be hard to live down in the future.
हम संविधान की बात मानेंगे, संविधान के लिए मैं जान कुर्बान करने के लिए तैयार हूँ, संविधान के लिए मुख्यमंत्री का पद त्याग देंगे, हमारा जन लोकपाल बिल पूरी तरह से संवैधानिक है।
In January, while he was the Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal said he did not intend to fight the Lok Sabha elections. But soon he made another U-turn and Arvind Kejriwal became the challenger at Varanasi in the 2014 Lok Sabha elections. Kejriwal claimed his supporters and party workers had forced him to change his mind and fight the elections.
इन दोनों के सबसे बड़े नेताओं को हराना जरूरी है। राहुल गांधी को भी हराना जरूरी है और नरेंद्र मोदी को भी हराना जरूरी है।
The angry young man of Indian politics started his vigorous campaign in the by-lanes of Varanasi. Bolstered by his giant-killing performance in Delhi Assembly, Kejriwal was sure that the people of Varanasi would prefer his one-point anti-corruption agenda. But Lok Sabha elections turned out to be a different ballgame from the battle for Delhi Assembly.
Perhaps he miscalculated, overreached. Because when you start from scratch, you can't overnight do something. Look, and in Delhi, because the movement started here and the party was born out of the movement, there was fertile ground. There was something to build on. When you have to start from scratch, then you literally have a mountain to climb.
Defeating 3 times Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit by a margin of 25,864 votes in the assembly elections did not prepare Arvind Kejriwal for the reception he received at Varanasi. As the days progressed, Varanasi became a one-sided contest favouring Narendra Modi. The hope was that what AAP did in Delhi could be replicated at a national level. But the day of verdict came as a downer. Defeat for the AAP was written all over. The party only managed to win 2 seats from Punjab, while Varanasi and India voted emphatically for Narendra Modi and the BJP. Arvind Kejriwal and his Aam Aadmi Party's credibility and significance seem to have been wiped out of relevance.
Right now, as he's saying, he's asking people for forgiveness that he left the rule in Delhi in just about 49 days. He resigned as 49 days after being sworn in as a chief minister, talking about trying to get that emotional quotient up.
In his second coming, he was different. Kejriwal's pet agendas seemed to have changed, and the faces around him had changed as well. Once again, Kejriwal had managed to pique the interest of the common man on the street.
केजरीवाल क्या हुआ है?
केजरीवाल की मेरी फोटो भी खींच रही है कैमरे में।
तुम्हारी फोटो खींच रही है? वो कौन है सामने खड़ा हुआ है जो?
केजरीवाल।
और भी नेता आते हैं यहाँ पे?
नहीं।
क्यों खड़े हैं आप उनकी बात सुनने के लिए?
क्योंकि ये पहले नेता हैं जो यहाँ पे जनता के बीच में आए हैं।
The biggest challenge to Kejriwal's bid for another go at Delhi CM's post was the BJP and their larger-than-life icon, Prime Minister Modi. Initial days of campaigning, the people of Delhi were faced with the choice of Kejriwal, the CM who ran away in 49 days, and a Modi-style government by the BJP. But then the BJP propped up Kejriwal's old comrade Kiran Bedi as the BJP's CM choice, and the tide began to turn. Suddenly, Kejriwal began to make more sense to the Delhi voter.
आज इधर रैली भी चल रहा है, उधर रैली भी चल रहा है, तो क्या आप
वो पैसों की बुलाई हुई जनता है या फ्री की बुलाई हुई जनता है?
तो अब यहाँ से भी लोग तो लेकिन सुनने गए हुए हैं वहाँ पे।
भोजपुरी गाने चल रहे इसलिए गए हुए हैं। वो गाने का प्रोग्राम है, कोई राजनीतिक प्रोग्राम नहीं है।
Once they had been together on the stage of anti-corruption movement, but now Bedi and Kejriwal were rivals fighting for the trust of Delhi. Kiran Bedi refused to acknowledge Kejriwal's bait for a public debate or to even allow him to follow her on Twitter. Bedi called Kejriwal a bhagoda, one who runs away from responsibility. But the Aam Aadmi chief fought back the only way he knew, harder. To gain the trust of his voters, he led a relentless campaign that left him little time for personal space. Kejriwal remained grounded to his identity as an Aam Aadmi, the common man that he and his party represented.
ये बताइए कि अरविंद केजरीवाल क्या वॉलेट लेके चलते हैं?
नहीं,
जेब में पैसे नहीं लेके चलते?
थोड़े बहुत पैसे हैं, वॉलेट नहीं रखता मैं, वॉलेट की आदत नहीं है।
अरे कितने पैसे लेके चलते हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल?
अभी बता देता हूँ। 500, 600, 700, 800, 500, 1300 रुपये।
1300 रुपये? तो ये आपको क्या, ये आपका दिन का खर्चा मिलता है या ये कैसे हिसाब लगा के निकले हैं?
मैंने कभी जरूरत पड़ जाती है।
All through the hard days of campaigning, Kejriwal continued his daily schedule of early morning yoga and did not forget to take his medicines. A group of dedicated young men ensured Arvind Kejriwal was ready, visible, secured and protected.
खड़े तो ऐसे हो जाते हो जैसे तुम एसपीजी वाले हो।
हाँ, उसकी बस थोड़ा ड्रेस की कमी है और नहीं तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
Whenever Arvind is out, he is the one responsible to put food in his car. He is the one responsible to make sure that there is hot water in his car because he has a bad throat. दुर्गेश, सुबह सबसे पहला काम घर में आते ही जब अरविंद के घर पहुंचते हो तो क्या करते हो?
फर्स्ट हम जाते ही पानी को बॉयल करते हैं एंड साथ ही ब्रेकफास्ट क्या है और लंच में हमने क्या लेना है वो सारा चेक करना है। उनका जैकेट एंड मफलर वो सारा गाड़ी में।
मफलर तो बड़ा ज़रूरी है मफलर मैन के लिए।
वो टाइम से सारा कुछ गाड़ी में रखना।
Kejriwal had learnt his lesson. His 49-day experience had taught him that before all else, it was survival and the daily nitty-gritties of life that is always at the forefront of a voter's mind. And this time he raised issues that Delhi wanted to hear. Kejriwal campaigned not for the Jan Lokpal, but Bijli, Sadak and Pani. And they came out in hordes to vote him back to power. Arvind Kejriwal has now to prove that the trust Delhi has bestowed on him is not misplaced.